Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to In Your House, starring Hollywood House. This is the People's Podcast. Ha ha. Hey, guys, you already know who it is. It's your boy, Con, ready to get at work when it comes to this professional wrestling business. That is what we do, and hey, we love it. So let you guys know where you guys can listen to this at. You guys can listen to this at Apple Podcast, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Himalaya. Hey, you don't have an Apple device? That's all right. We're on Google Play. Anywhere that you guys are, we can get to you. And it's time to look at the clock. I'm checking the time because the last time that I checked, In Your House was the hottest professional wrestling podcast in the Midwest, because we hit you with that work round the clock. You guys already know what it is, and you guys already know who I am, and that is the director, Hollywood House, ready to hit you another jam-packed and exciting episode of the podcast that you love to love. And hey, that is In Your House. And yo, guess what? It's time to talk a little wrestling with a hip-hop feel, hitting you with those LA vibes. We're back. We're going to give it to you, Jack. We're going to give it to you in your house. And that is exactly how we intend to give it to you, and that's in your house or in your car, or when you're at work, or maybe you're at school, you need to pop some in your ears. You like to talk a little wrestling. That's what we do. Time that the set comes through and gives you a new episode of In Your House. That is brought to you by Household Productions. You already know that it's gonna be a movie, and no movie is good without good content. I mean, we need that, so that's why I have my curator. He's always curate. He's been a little light on the chaos. Like, I think he's been kind of keeping to himself. He's been a little light on the chaos, but as far as curating the content, he's still doing that. And of course, that's my co-host, my dog, my producer over here, and that's the marvelous Mr. Bell. How's it going, bro?
Oh, ring my bell, ring my bell, ring my bell.
Ding, 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 ding.
My name is the marvelous Mr. Bell. I like to consider myself the Farnsworth Bentley to the man, the myth, the legend, Hollywood House's P. Diddy. And yeah, of course, I am here for curation of content, curation of chaos, curation of calamity, whatever you may need. But I always bring it to you. And yo, we got a lot to talk about this week, House. We have a lot to talk about.
Man, yeah.
Yes, everything.
We do, absolutely.
Everything from
just so much,
Sasha
man. Like
Banks,
you said,
Braun Strowman,
yep,
Bandito, Alexa Bliss, and we haven't even got into what happened at Crown Jewel and above. But oh man, sorry to cut you off there.
You're good, dog. You're good. It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And what I need to know from you is, where would you like to start, sir?
Oh man, that's a tough thing to ask right there. There's a lot of places to start, but I'll go ahead and start here, man. And we had a big weekend. Of course, we're going to talk about Crown Jewel, a little Saturday afternoon professional wrestling, and it was great. I really enjoyed it. I was home to check it out, and we're definitely going to talk about that on the second half of the show. But one big thing that comes out of this weekend is we had a super heavyweight brawl between Omos and Braun Strowman, and man, I got to tell you, for what it was, I enjoyed that match, and we'll talk more about it later. But what we want to talk about right now is the super heavyweight blunder by Braun Strowman with a tweet that that he put out after the show, after Crown Jewel. And Braun Strowman, he's an odd cat, man. Like he's an odd cat. I just don't think he keeps a whole lot of people around him, and I think that he just, I mean, sometimes he kind of puts his foot in his mouth. It wouldn't be the first time, but he definitely did over the weekend here with the tweet. And Bell, I understand that you have that tweet right there in front of you. Can you go ahead and let the household know what our man Braun Strowman said over the weekend on Twitter?
Yeah, the monster of minuscule words tweeted out, "Holy hell, at Giant Omos, can you believe we got 47 5 stars?" And reminded the people that no one cares about all these floppy floppers, giants and monsters over flippy flipper. Bag your groceries at Kroger. #airport security. Airport test. Lots of things. Why couldn't he just had a good match and shut up? Like, you did well
Because
you
he
won.
did well.
And
That's what I'm.
you got. That's the problem. That's the problem, is that he really did a good job, and I'm almost better than him. Omos did an excellent job in this
Almost
match.
showed out.
Almost showed out, and just yeah. I don't want to overthrow this news, but news is coming out from WWE that, man, the WWE's officials are super high on Omos right now.
Beautiful.
And his work ethic and his dedication to getting better, and we've seen it. But back to the freight train of catastrophe over here. Braun Strowman had a series of tweets after this, but almost better than his series of tweets that like are very, very hard to read. Is the responses that he got from a few wrestlers out there. One of which being Mustafa Ali, who asked, "Can you get me fired?" And
oh my gosh!
Which, if you know Mustafa Ali, maybe he's really trying to get fired right now, or
he might be really trying to get fired.
He might be really trying to get fired. I don't know. Maybe this is his gimmick now. Is like, I'm going to be perpetually just sad, and I am emo wrestler. I am emo wrestler, but not like that kind of emo wrestler. I'm never going to be happy with my job. Also, there was a response from Will Ospreay, which is the most based response I've probably ever heard. Is, "Why are you so mad about making money?" Cry face emoji. It's dead funny that you actually done such a great job, and yet you're mad at other people that do the same job as you. Relax, my guy. Just say you really enjoyed showing super heavyweight wrestling, which is the most based. Thank you, Will Ospreay. You are a gem. You must be protected.
That was perfect. That was literally perfect. That was the perfect response. Like, why are you being a dick, man?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of being a dick when you did a great job? Like everybody, like this generation of wrestling, these new generation of fans, they do love the flippy stuff. They love it. They enjoy it. They enjoy that strong style mixed with the flippy stuff. And I get it. It is exciting. But
you
like,
know what else
there is something beautiful about super heavyweight wrestling.
Exactly.
What's that?
They like them big meaty men slapping meat, man. So like, I'm just saying, like, I enjoyed Strowman and Omos. I thought it was Loki, I thought this was going to be good. As long as just Strowman shut up, and like he did for the most part. But man, he does good once and just kills it.
I know, and it was a good showcase. Well, once again, we probably won't dig too deep into that match a little bit later, just because we're talking about it now. But we will acknowledge it in parts that we liked about it. But like, man, you talk about a guy talking himself out of a job. What are you doing, man? I just don't get it, dude. I just don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's his MO. Maybe he won't get fired though. Which I not that he deserves to get fired by any means.
I was gonna say, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But man,
I'm not
he
saying that he
does
needs to
stay
sit up
stuff.
there and get fired, but I'm saying like,
Yeah, he does say a lot of stuff out his ass, and one day that may catch up to him, which may catch up to all of us. So
yeah, that's fact. You right.
yeah,
You are so right about that. But man, we talk about guys and talk about talking themselves out of a job. We talk about a guy that's been with a company for a very long time and actually was one of the foundational pieces, a very huge foundational piece of this company. And this is pretty big news in the indie wrestling world, considering everything that I just said. And that's the fact that Nick Aldis, the national treasure, uh one of the greatest modern day NWA world heavyweight champions of this time, is rumored to be gone from the NWA, leaving the NWA at the end of his contract, which would be at the beginning of the year, 2023 in January. And he's done. He's done with the company, man. This is big news, Bell.
yeah, this is absolutely big news. It has been reported that he has been having some issues with Billy Corgan, and
Yeah.
not seeing eye to eye on a few things. We could only speculate that money maybe be one of them. But man, Nick Aldis, his future, where will he be going? That could shake up some things. In a positive
Oh
light,
yeah.
definitely in a positive light for him, but also in a public eye for him on whatever platform he chooses to go to from here. So.
Yeah, that's very big news. Where do you want to see Nick Aldis land?
Well, I feel like a natural fit would be to say just to cop out and say AEW, right? But like,
Mm-hmm.
if he was a driving force in this ROH division of AEW, maybe strictly, I wouldn't mind seeing that. I could see him. I could definitely see him being a WWE guy. And
I can too.
fitting in, especially like into an NXT very early, because you could
Yeah.
utilize him to help with the talent,
Younger talent.
younger talent
Yep.
that's there. And that's not to undershadow his value or anything like that. It's just big WWE is big, and I want to see the most that he could do. So I'd kind of like to see him, if he went WWE, start at NXT, see what he can do there, and then branch up. So
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I'd like to. I think he could be a good intercontinental champion. I enjoy Nick Aldis's work. I've followed him
absolutely,
for a long time, and I thoroughly enjoy, and I think that he would have a place. Not to say that anything would be wrong if he went to AEW. Just my preference. I'd like to see him have a run as the national treasure, Nick Aldis, in the WWE. I think that'd be pretty cool, and I'd really enjoy that. That's very big news that he's leaving. Such a foundational piece towards this new generation of the National Wrestling Alliance, and now it's looking like that he's going to be gone, and that's pretty crazy, man. But you talk about people, and we're talking about somebody like Nick Aldis switching jobs, going to the WWE, going to AEW. Talk about somebody who switched jobs and found himself a new job. And let's talk a little bit about Jeff Jarrett, man. Jeff Jarrett is now with All Elite Wrestling, and I think that that's pretty interesting. What's this role that he's playing, Bell? What is this role?
it can I go to every wrestling promotion ever in the same year?
He's moving, ain't he?
Tell me I'm wrong, because now in AEW, it's
Yep.
we'll call it NWA adjacent with Ric Flair or Jim Crockett Promotions,
Yeah.
right? Um, uh,
Yes, Jim Crockett. Yep.
WWE earlier
Impact.
this year,
Impact. Mm-hmm.
Impact, yeah. Uh, he's going to every promotion ever. In the same calendar year. Jeff Jarrett said, "Hey, watch this. I get paid by everybody," and did it. So shout out
He
to
did,
him.
man.
Shout out to him.
He gets
Make
the
your money.
business, man. He gets it.
And he was also hired in a prominent position in AEW as a I forget the title, but some sort of a semi-executive position of talent or
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that. So
So do you think that he'll take care of talent relations, try to reel in that locker room a little bit, maybe form a good relationship with the talent so that there'll be more of a culture in the locker room?
yeah,
Because that's what I
I would hope so.
see.
That being the idea, I would absolutely hope so.
I think that there's good. I think there's a whole lot of upside with having somebody like Jeff Jarrett in your locker room. A locker room. He knows how to get into new companies. He's been to every company this year, as you already said. So that's a guy that knows something about the business, smart about the business, and is going to continue, building his legacy with AEW. It's going to be interesting to see how that works. And AEW has some more news coming out, and that is that they've officially signed Bandito. Now, before the show, I asked you, I was like, wait a minute, wasn't he already signed? And
Yeah.
you kind of explained the situation to me, man, as far as what was going on. So go ahead and explain to the household what was going on as far as Bandito and me thinking that he was signed a few weeks ago, but now he is now officially signed.
Yeah, so the word with Bandito is that during the Chris Jericho match in Chris Jericho's destruction of Ring of Honor tour, Bandito actually caught eyes from WWE officials. During that match, they were asking for his phone number. So after that match, he was, I assume, contacted by some WWE officials and has weighed his options between now and
Yeah.
then. And over the weekend, he decided AEW was his home, which would probably be one of the best fits. He can definitely do something with that ROH division,
Yeah.
because being a former Ring of Honor champion, continue to elevate that, but also what the matches that we can see him as an AEW superstar and going for AEW gold in the future. So like possibilities are endless, and shout out to people getting that bag out there in wrestling.
Absolutely. No, I agree with that. That's what you love to see. People that are out there putting in that work and putting in that hard work and taking the trips and doing what they need to do and finally realizing that dream of getting paid to wrestle, which is a beautiful thing. And that's what a lot of these cats out here want. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to be able to chase and achieve that dream. And we talk about chasing and achieving dreams, and we talk about a guy who is been doing that, and he's been in this family business. I mean, he grew up in the business. So I talk about a guy like Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt has come back, and we're seeing him have this new character that people are still kind of putting feelers out on. But one thing that I really want to note is that during Crown Jewel, I believe it was Crown Jewel, um, Alexa Bliss was backstage in a promo, and we had Wyatt's logo come up during said promo. What are we seeing here, man? What's happening? Is Alexa Bliss coming back with Bray Wyatt? Is this going to be a thing that we see again? What is Bray Wyatt forming? What is going on here? Because now we're seeing this with Alexa Bliss. Who in the hell is Uncle Howdy? It's him. It's Uncle Howdy. Now this thing with Alexa Bliss. What's going on, man? Where are we going here? Wyatt is doing some very, very intriguing things.
I am just as unaware as you are, because I don't know where we're going from here. I definitely, Alexa Bliss has something, is going to have some interaction soon. It would look like with Wyatt or the Wyatt Six or Uncle Howdy, or I don't know. Um, and then also we saw this over the weekend, and on SmackDown we saw this interview segment with Bray Wyatt, where we saw a meaner side, where he was interrupted by a random member of backstage, and he showed a lot of aggression towards that person, made that person apologize for interrupting and things like that. Then we also
Mm-hmm.
saw him at Crown Jewel speak, um, I don't know what's to come for Bray Wyatt. I am just on the ride like all of you and enjoying every second of it.
Where do you think Alexa Bliss fits into this?
You would have to assume maybe she's going to fill that Sister Abigail role, finally
Mm-hmm.
fill that role, but that would be my only
Yeah,
speculation. But like the mind of Bray is something that like I can't even fathom trying to guess what's next, because
yeah,
I haven't guessed any of this. This has all been mind blowing. And some of it I've looked at like, as we've gotten like little hints at stuff. Like and Household, tell me if I'm wrong. Who looked at that at the his Uncle Howdy face and was like, man, this ain't. Or who else looked at Uncle Howdy's face and said, this is kind of maybe looks a little lame, right? But like Bray pulls you into this, right? Like he pulls you into all of
yeah,
this.
yep.
So I I'm just on the ride with on this one. I don't have a lot of words for Bray Wyatt other than like more, more.
Yeah, yeah.
Give me more.
That's what I'm saying. Just give me more. Let me go ahead and ride with this and see where we're going. I'm here for the ride. You know what I'm saying? I am enjoying it, and I like what I'm seeing. It's got people talking, and I think that's really important in wrestling is how are you going to get people talking? How are you going to keep people talking? And Bray Wyatt has a way about him. He has a presence about him. He has an ambience about him that makes you keep talking. And yeah, man, we're having a really great episode so far here at In Your House. Me and my man Bell is out here just giving you all that work. Of course, that is the marvelous Mr. Bell, the curator of content. And we really appreciate what he does around here at In Your House. And man, we really appreciate y'all as well. So before we go
Yes,
ahead
we
and talk a
do.
little Crown Jewel, I just of course want to say thank you guys. Thank you. You heard my man. Thank you so much for making us a 5-star podcast on Apple Podcasts. It is truly from the bottom of my heart appreciated. I know that Bell feels the same way. Bell works really hard to curate the content, so we really appreciate you guys rocking with me, rocking with Bell, rocking with the set, and rocking within your house. We truly appreciate y'all. As we've said before, we appreciate you guys for making us a top 50 podcast in Canada on Apple Podcasts with professional wrestling. Truly appreciate y'all. We're looking
Shout
to
out
really
Canada.
make this thing international. Absolutely. And we want to do that. We want to do that for you guys. We want to do that for ourselves. We want our voices to be heard all around. And we already been heard in so many different countries. And still to this day, sometimes it's hard to fathom, sometimes it's hard to believe, but we are really doing it. And we truly appreciate y'all. Guys, if you want to go ahead and get some knowledge, some great knowledge on professional wrestling, and you just enjoyed to hear a name, two names, and one name and another name in the making. In your house, go ahead and head on over to Pope's Point of View, and that is the Pope. Elijah Burke. You've seen him on WWE. You've seen him on TNA. You've seen him currently with the NWA, and he does a podcast with as seen on NWA and as seen on Effie's Big Gay Brunch with GCW. That is the manager of champions, and that is Pollo Del Mar. That is Pope's Point of View. That's 9:05 a.m. on all major podcasting platforms on Saturday. Every Saturday, 9:05 Eastern Standard Time. Of course, head on over to www.prowrestlingtees.com/inyourhouse. Get you a shirt, guys. Get you a set shirt. Get you guys a Hollywood House shirt. Get you guys an In Your House shirt. We truly appreciate y'all's patronage and everything that it's been for almost 4 years. And we got our 4-year anniversary coming up in February. And me and Bell pretty soon are going to be getting our heads together and trying to put something together very special for you guys for helping us get this far. And with that being said, man, let's go ahead and rock and roll into the second half of this episode and talk a little Crown Jewel, because I really enjoyed Crown Jewel. It was at noon Eastern Standard on a Saturday, man. Once I finally got home from work, I was able to tap in and kind of see how everything was. Man, people really underestimate just how nice Saturday afternoon wrestling is. And here in Indiana, it was a good day for some Saturday afternoon wrestling. It was windy. It was nobody was going outside. Nobody really was. It was cuddling weather. It was good weather to lay down, chill out, relax, and watch some wrestling. Whether you was watching NWA USA or whether you was watching Crown Jewel, and man, a lot of us was watching Crown Jewel this time around, and it was a good show, man. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. And a lot of good stuff, and I think we started off with the match I believe you were most excited for, and that was Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar, man. So let's go ahead and talk about that. You were super excited for that match, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly, from a couple of weeks ago when we recorded. Did that match meet expectations, bro?
Yeah, so I was super excited for Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar, and I'm not gonna lie, I I did not love the ending, but I understood
Yeah,
it because I because look, I think Triple H knew I couldn't just get this. You can't just have this twice, right?
yeah,
You can't just
yep.
have this twice. Like we're gonna need more of
There's
this.
still money in it.
Yes, there's still money in it, and I think the escalation of violence is going to get there. Then we saw a new formation of Bobby Lashley, kind of like a transformation. We saw him get that mean streak back. As he literally choked out Brock Lesnar. He manhandled Brock Lesnar this entire match, although he did not pick up
Yeah,
the W. He
yep,
m- like this was all Bobby Lashley. So I can't wait to see what comes from this. This was probably one of my favorite matches on the card. Um Surprisingly. I know it wasn't the most match, but this was one of my favorites.
for sure, man. I was fine with it for the simple fact that I know it's leading somewhere else. That's why I'm okay with it, because I know. And then the post match beatdown that Bobby
Yes.
Lashley gave to Brock Lesnar really put me in that mindset. Like, I know we don't want to see two potentially, if you want, I mean, you call them heavyweights. I don't know if you want to call them super heavyweights, but nonetheless, they're heavy big men,
Big
and you kind of
meaty
want to see
men.
something a little bit more decisive than slapping meat, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, besides that, Bret Hart type finish there, but I know what they were going for, and I'm fine with it. And
Yeah.
I think that we're going to see more possibly at Survivor Series War Games, because I think that finally, after all these years, I think Survivor Series is going to be big again, and I think that that's a place that they could do it. If not, then bring it back, then run it back at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Um,
I
but
think I
there's definitely potential to keep this thing going.
I
Go
think
ahead,
you're
go ahead.
I think you're right there. We will probably see this culminate at Royal Rumble. If not, go all the way to WrestleMania with this. But I think Royal Rumble will probably be the potential landing spot for the culmination of this.
I think so too, just for the simple fact that if they're getting everything kicked off now in November. Maybe they'll wait on Survivor Series and not do anything, and then be like, all right, here we go, time to make Royal Rumble big, because the Royal Rumble is in fact the Royal Rumble. So
Yeah.
you always know the Royal Rumble has the two Royal Rumble matches, but they always have at least two, maybe three big matches to fill the card out. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So
Absolutely.
we had Brock Lesnar defeat Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
And then after that, we had the Women's Tag Team Championship match, which left me scratching my head, and I'll explain why. Damage Control defeated Alexa Bliss and Asuka to become the new two-time WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. I'm just trying to figure out what the point was of flip-flopping the titles in that way in such a short period of time. I mean, the match was what it was, but I just don't understand the booking decision. If you were going to make them champions again, why take it off them in the first place?
I call WWE petty, not me. But maybe I think their reasoning behind this, although left us all scratching our heads, but was to make a history-making moment in Saudi Arabia. This is the first WWE women's title change in that country. Yeah. And it was one of the first real title changes in at Crown Jewel. Oh, well, I guess Bray Wyatt lost his title to Goldberg that time, which no one wants to remember that. But at least this one may be slightly memorable. But because it was a really good women's match, and yeah, shout out Damage Control. They need to hold them belts, keep them belts, and who's complaining about them being now 2-time champs?
Not me.
Right.
I never wanted them to lose the titles in the first place.
Nope. But you know what's better than being a 1-time champ? Being a 2-time.
Being a 2-time champion. Yeah. I agree with that. I gotta say, and I'll talk about it as well in the Raw Women's Championship Last Woman Standing match. I enjoy the new I appreciate all the new attention to detail with the women's bodysuits now. Yeah. Because when they first started going over to Saudi and they had to wear bodysuits, you can tell was a thing where they weren't really prepared. It was just like regular bodysuits and then like a t-shirt over it, and it was just like I get why they have to do this to they're playing ball with Saudi, but it's like it doesn't look good. Now that I can tell that they've been doing it and going to Saudi Arabia enough that they pay so much closer attention to the details on their bodysuits, and it looks cool. Like they look cooler than what they were when they first started going. So I just felt like I needed to say that I enjoy the attention to detail with their bodysuits for the women when they have their matches now, because Absolutely. They don't just look all clunky and awful. It actually looks cool. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Also, let's shout out to Bianca Belair, who revealed that she completed making her own suit while on the plane to Saudi. So that girl does everything.
That's special. Yeah. She's different, man. She's different. Yeah, she's different. Like,
she got time for that. Yeah.
Facts, man.
I mean, greatest.
Yeah, she's always working, and I respect that. And speaking of always working, we got to keep working here as we moving on to the steel cage match that saw Drew McIntyre defeating Karrion Kross. Are we done with this, man? Because I don't know if I want to keep seeing Drew McIntyre go up against Karrion Kross. Are we done with this? I want to see these two men do something else.
Yeah. Well, my question first is: are you happy with the results of this, or did you care at all?
I lean closer to not caring, but if you had me pick somebody, I would want Karrion Kross to win.
I'm in the same mindset as you. I was rooting for Karrion Kross to come out with the victory of this trilogy, but the good guy prevails in WWE always. And we're there, and at least it's done. I don't know where this leads. I was kind of hoping, in the back of my mind, okay, winner of this probably should see Roman, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to see Roman and Drew again, but okay, I guess we're here. But you never know. I could be wrong. The winner of this may see Gunther, which Gunther and McIntyre is slightly more appealing to me right now. You know what I mean?
I'd want to see that.
Yeah,
I'd want to see that.
Definitely.
Absolutely. I don't really got too much words for the steel cage match, honestly. Like I said, it just kind of was what it was, and I wasn't super interested. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. I just wasn't. It was one of the matches that I had that I was least interested in, and so I have no problem moving on with one of the matches that I was very interested in, and that was the Judgment Day going up against the OC. A lot of interesting stuff in this match. Can I just start out by saying, and I put this on social media, and I got no problem saying it right here, Rhea Ripley got men, women, and non-binary people in a complete chokehold. Like she didn't got everybody on lock.
Oh,
Like
absolutely.
everybody loved him some Rhea Ripley, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody loves them some Rhea Ripley.
Everybody. I saw Merge's favorite non-binary commentator wants them too. So like,
Yeah,
I
yep,
saw that
yep,
we saw the
yep.
comments there. So, but
Yeah, absolutely. We was like, y'all some freaks. I'm here with you, some freaks. Oh man, but this match was good, man. I enjoyed just the little she had the hair extensions in and kind of taking a little jab at Beth Phoenix. Are we going to see Beth Phoenix and Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania? Because it seems like that's what we're building towards. She's still taking jabs at Beth Phoenix, which I'm absolutely here for. I'd be fine with that.
yeah, I think that's where this is leading to. Ultimately, um, which I'm same. I'm all here for it. I just want to see Rhea Ripley wrestle more. I don't care if she wrestles men, women, or whatever. Just have her wrestle, please. More involvement.
I enjoy her. I enjoy her wrestling, but I also enjoy the role that she's playing right now. Is just the menacing,
China.
vixen. She has this mystique about her, and like
She's
I don't
China.
think she needs to. She's China.
She's
like I don't
China.
think right now she needs. I don't think right now she needs to wrestle all the time. Like I enjoy her wrestling, don't get me wrong, but the way that she's built herself, I don't know if she needs to wrestle all the time.
Absolutely
I
understand that.
enjoy I really enjoy her role. It's actually the role that she's playing, like the stuff that she's doing with Dominic, and then like beating up dudes, like straight up picking up Luke Gallows like it was nothing. Like you said, I couldn't have said it better myself. She's the China right now, and I enjoy her role. It's definitely one of my favorite things watching WWE is watching the progression of Rhea Ripley with the Judgment Day, and I'm enjoy seeing the Judgment Day's progression. Period. I can see them starting to come together as a cohesive unit, and I'm loving seeing it. They really figured out what this Judgment Day thing is, and I enjoyed the match with the original OC. I enjoyed Michael Cole mentioning the story of the Bullet Club on commentary. That was beautiful. I really enjoyed that. The match was good. I think that the right team went over. I think Judgment Day needed to win that. I just really enjoyed that match. Honestly, Judgment Day and the OC was probably one of my favorite matches on that entire card. What do you think, Bell?
Ooh. Honestly, maybe I got a little bit overwhelmed. I should probably go back and watch Judgment Day OC because it's kind of one of the ones after the weekend. I'm like, what happened? What happened there? Because for me, but ultimately, yes, I'm happy Judgment Day went over. I think that's the right move. Especially this means that we are getting more and more and more of a Finn push, which I'm all for that. I want to see Finn go to the top, and if Finn and Judgment Day go to the top, this shit is money right now. So,
yeah, I couldn't agree more. What they've got together is really, really working well. One thing that I noticed is the heel that Dominic Mysterio is becoming. He's really, really leaning into being that in that heel role. I identify him more with the Judgment Day than I identify him as Rey Mysterio's son now at this point, which is great for his career.
Right.
He's showing those little Eddie Guerrero flashes. I'm here for it. Dominic is really starting to come into his own. I'm really enjoy because he felt stale very quickly just being Rey Mysterio's son. And while that's great, I'm glad they had that opportunity to make history together. Rey Mysterio and Dominic, that is, as being the first father-son tag team champions in history. Beautiful moment. Great. They'll never forget that. I'm glad it happened. But now it's time for Dominic to do stuff on his own. And he's being protected well with the Judgment Day. And the way that the fans hate him is beautiful. He right now, to me, he is WWE's answer to Sammy Guevara, because that's exactly, I see parallels between Guevara and Dominic Mysterio in the roles that they play with each company. And I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. Judgment Day is one of my favorite things going on in the WWE right now because of the way that the group is building talent. And within the faction, Rhea Ripley has more star power from being with Judgment Day. Finn Balor has more star power from being with Judgment Day. Dominic Mysterio has more star power from being with Judgment Day. And yes, even though I didn't even say his name, Damian Priest, as the big man there in the Judgment Day,
Yes.
he is starting to fill his role as a bigger star, and I'm here for it. Judgment Day is great, and I really enjoyed the match. I enjoy the OC. I enjoy AJ Styles. We had time in that match. Oh, yeah, here we go now, because I'm definitely talking about this match now. Finn Balor and AJ Styles just having those moments in the ring together where they were going back and forth was just a thing of beauty. I loved it.
Yeah.
And it just reminds us how good AJ Styles and Finn Balor really are, and the chemistry that they have together when they get in the ring together, which we've seen it before in the past. Not too much. We've seen flashes here and there when they've got a chance to go up against each other in the WWE, but when they do, they truly show you why they're absolute professionals and two of the best in the world right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And man, I really enjoyed that match. And we want to talk about another match that I know both of us enjoyed because we talked about it earlier in the show. And that was Braun Strowman defeating Omos in a super heavyweight battle. One thing that I want to say about this is that Omos looks great. His arms look huge. My God,
right?
yes. Yeah, dog.
Absolutely phenomenal.
He looks great. He looks absolutely amazing. And I loved his work in this match. I was a little puzzled with Braun Strowman winning because I really felt like Omos needed to win a little bit more. But
I don't think they're done. And I
hope not. I hope not.
One, MVP wasn't there for, different reasons. But, like, I don't think Omos and Braun are done. That can't be just a one-off, right? Like, you can't.
I do not want it to be.
No,
I do not want it to be.
Because Omos looked strong the entire match. And Braun was able to hit him with the one running power slam. So, like, that can't be it, right?
It can't be. Omos has to come out of this at some point because I mean, seriously, I know I already said it, but Omos looks absolutely incredible. His arms look huge. He looked like the way that I don't know how hard he's been hitting the gym. That's really none of my business. But I got to say that the gear that he had on was very flattering on him. He just looks big. He looks huge, and I hope we see more of Omos.
I mean,
I know. I know.
Braun Strowman looks small in this match, which is hard to do in itself. Just hard to do in itself. It was an absolute great match. Where hopefully we'll see more of this as long as Braun Strowman didn't shoot it in the foot with his words afterwards. But we'll see.
Absolutely,
in time.
Man. Absolutely. And we'll move on to the next match. But one last thing I want to say about this match is that shout out to Omos because he was the low-key MVP because he was talking that shit throughout the entire match,
right?
I was loving his shit talking. That was beautiful. I loved it.
Yes. He told him to get his punk ass up.
Yes, man. I'm like, more, please, Omos, more.
I was rolling. I love it. Rolling the entire time. Just let me see Omos talk shit and beat people up.
Yeah.
I mean, man, that's who needs to take down Reigns. That's the man right now.
There you go.
It's Omos. It's Omos.
Because, that'd be great, man.
Oh, can you imagine both of them just talking shit to each other the entire match? Oh, that might be epic. I want to see it too. Book it. Come on.
I want to see it.
Let's
Somebody
go,
book
Paul.
It.
Let's go, Paul.
Man, oh man. All right. So we'll definitely talk about that at some point again. But we also had a tag team championship match for the men, and of course that is the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, and their historic reign as the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions. And they went up against Ridge Holland and Butch. It was a little fight night action with the Brawling Brutes. No Sheamus in their corner. And we saw the Usos retain and what I thought was a great match where there was some spots where I thought that the Brawling Brutes might have had a chance to win the championships, which I think was important to have some of those spots where it's like, we got to make them believe that they could actually win it. And they had a couple of those spots in there. What do you think about the Usos and the Brawling Brutes, man?
This was a pretty fun match. Pretty fun
Yeah.
match. But I'm not. I was kind of taken out of it because I'm just really looking forward to this Friday coming up, where we'll see the Usos and the New Day. And not to forecast too much, but that's what I was thinking about this entire match. Is man, kind of can't wait for the Usos to win, and then we're gonna see Usos New Day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So maybe.
I just don't think the Brawling Brutes are the ones to take the titles off of them.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. Definitely not.
But it was an enjoyable match, and I had, I enjoyed it for what it was, even though I felt like I knew the outcome, and it was a good match. Like I said, we're starting to see Ridge Holland and Butch start to gel together more as a team, which is great. And I really want to like Ridge Holland. I really do, but every time I always think that Big E shit, and I'm like, ugh, man, you couldn't have got him over. Come on, man, it just sucks.
I
But
mean, absolutely.
I don't hate Ridge Holland.
Oh no,
I wish things
that
could
was
have
a
went
freak
differently.
accident thing. He
Yeah.
didn't do it on purpose or anything like that.
No.
Poor
no.
Big E. Hopefully, we'll see him back as Yeah, I don't know about you, but I've been seeing him more in the mainstream light. As of late, we saw him in some new WWE commercials.
Yep.
So Big E is definitely not done with the WWE anytime soon. There is definitely going to be more to come.
Now I'm hoping. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm definitely hoping. And as far as more to come, we've seen this match a couple of times, but not with these implications, Bell. And that was the Raw Women's Championship last woman standing match that saw Bianca Belair defeat Bayley. I thoroughly enjoyed this match, and I like seeing them go back and forth and get a little weapons action, and it was just fun to me. This was a match that I knew could be good because this rivalry has been good, but I think they went a little bit further than what I thought they were going to go, and I have no issue with that, man. What were your thoughts on the match?
Oh, yeah. This was probably actually my most favorite match. Give me more of Bianca and Bayley. Just give me more. I don't want...
They got good chemistry.
Yeah,
good
they
chemistry.
really do. I don't want to just see them wrestle, and we may come to that time where it's just them, but man, this was just a smart match from beginning to end. I loved the ladder spot where Bianca pinned Bayley under the post. I thought that was a very, very smart, well done.
Yeah. Creative. You got to be creative.
Yes. The slow golf cart thing was very, very gifable and funny. There was a lot of different moments in this match that were a lot, and I think we saw different sides out of both of them. Not maybe they weren't hardcore or extreme, but nobody wants to see them in a death match or anything. At least I'm not asking for that.
Nah, I don't want that.
Right. But we saw different levels of violence and different levels of sports entertainment from both of them in this match, and I thought all around this was probably one of my favorite matches.
Oh yeah, it was a great match. It was definitely a great match, and we knew that they had potential to. I mean, they've been having great matches, and this is what I'm liking about this Bayley and Bianca feud is that we're having a series between them where they're fighting each other a lot, but it's no two matches are the same.
Right.
And I think that that's important in a rivalry, is that you got to try to keep it fresh if you're going to keep putting the same two competitors out there against each other. And I think that they've done a good job with this feud, is keeping it fresh by presenting new match stipulations between the two.
Yeah. And also, who's really going to, at this point, who can contend for Bianca's championship right now? If it's not,
that's a good question.
I mean, no, there's not many better than Bayley or Bianca at the moment that are there until Sasha comes back. But we
hoping soon. Charlotte is also scheduled to come back.
Charlotte is also scheduled to come back, and I would love to see that as well. But if you're not one of the 4 horsewomen, you're really not contending for Bianca. You ain't touching her right now.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And Bianca's going to keep on rolling keep doing what she's been doing, and that's being a dominant and strong champion. And this is how I know, Bell, that Bianca has been a dominant and strong champion. There's people starting to get tired of her.
Oh yeah, they're
There's
calling her
people.
Cena.
Yep.
They
Yeah.
they are calling her
Yep. They're
Cena,
tired of
which
it.
I
They're
don't know
tired
if
of
y'all
it.
know. That's not that's not a jab
And
at
so
anybody. Yeah, it's not an insult at all, actually.
say, like, I wish I had the success Cena had. Like, quit playing,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
internet's weird, man. Internet's weird.
Oh, it's
But
cool, but
but
they're calling
she
it
is
though.
experiencing a lot of success. And that, hey, listen, the internet has a way of, they get behind you, they love you, and then when you get too much success, they're like, all right, chill out a little bit. You know
Right?
what I'm saying? So, like, this is what the internet wrestling community does,
Yes.
and they've done it for many years, and it's not going to change anytime soon. So Bianca, if she probably don't even read that stuff. Like, real talk, she probably don't even read that
She
stuff.
probably
Like,
ain't
when
got
you on
time to
top
read
like
that
that,
stuff.
why
They,
would you pay attention? I was gonna say, exactly.
yeah.
She don't got time to read that stuff. But if she, whatever reason she did, it's like, listen, I'm sitting over here making money and forging a legacy while you hating in the comments. Like, dog, it's good.
Yeah.
Bianca's fine, and she's gonna keep doing it as long as she wants to, and as long as WWE feels like that she's the woman that needs to be getting pushed. She's
Exactly.
already done so much right now. Is that she can retire right now and be memorable. And I don't
Absolutely.
think that's gonna happen, but I'm saying she could retire right now and be memorable.
Oh, absolutely.
So, like, it's it's gonna be what it's gonna be, and we're gonna see what happens next for Bianca Belair and her title reign. But now we have to talk about the main event. We're running out of time here,
Main
and we got to talk
event.
about the main event. Exactly. And this was a very polarizing main event coming into it, Bell. And that's because it was Roman Reigns, the head of the table, the tribal chief, the one who is I mean, the one of the top draws, if not the top draw, uh in the WWE right now, longtime champion for so many days, over 1,000, I believe, at this point.
900 and
Um,
some odd days. Not quite 1,000 yet.
900.
Yeah,
Okay, not
yeah,
almost
yeah,
there,
yeah, yeah.
almost there. But still historic. And he's going up against somebody who is having his, I believe, third match, and that's the YouTuber Logan Paul. And man, I got to tell you, this match was a lot. this, this match was a lot.
I agree with that.
But coming out of it, we saw a lot from Logan Paul, and that's what I choose to pull out from that match, is that Logan Paul is is coming into these high pressure big match situations, and he's delivering. He's doing well. He's crisp. And that, like, forget the fact that this thing was pretty overly booked. I mean, it was pretty overly booked, and I know you're gonna dig deep into that when you talk about it.
Yeah, a little bit.
But my God, Logan Paul just gets it, and he gets it early on. And even with the injuries that he sustained coming out of the match, still finishing the match, still looking crisp. Man, this guy is just something. And I think that WWE and knew what they had when they signed him, and they seem very smart. Like, now we're closing in on close to a year. WrestleMania will probably be a year from the time that he signed. Well, maybe not. I think it might have been a little after that. But my point is, he's had 3 matches and he's looked good, and WWE is looking smart for signing him. He didn't win the titles. It is what it is. I didn't expect him to, but what he did was have a great showcase. And as much as people don't like the Paul brothers, we saw Jake come out in this one. As much as people don't like the Paul brothers, my God, the dedication to the craft from Logan Paul is admirable. And I'm enjoying his progress. I'm enjoying watching him grow into this wrestler that he's becoming, and it makes me excited for the wrestler that he can potentially become if he's doing this well early on. What was your thoughts on the match? What's your thoughts on Logan Paul, and of course the reign of Roman Reigns?
Yeah, I this match was way too good. It was way too fun for it to be a Roman Reigns match. And this is my only complaint. Look, I put it out there. I thought this match was way overbooked because it was.
Yeah, it was. That's 100%
even
true.
for a Roman Reigns match that includes the bloodline. This was way overbooked. And I don't know if I liked seeing that strong of a Logan Paul with Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And just that's just me being me, like saying, hey, Roman's had 900 plus days as champion. Yeah, let's throw him up against this YouTuber and really, really have points where you think this YouTuber, Logan Paul, is going to win the championship. And there were so many of those. It did not sit well with me. And that's just where I'm at. Logan Paul, man, bro, you're way too good at professional wrestling. Like, legitimately. And give so much props to you. You know, you've been out there doing your damn thing and shit like that. You can see that. But man, that match had no business being that good from jump. And oh my god! And then it was overbooked. My only thing that I really, really did not like about this is that why did Solo get an entrance? And then why did Jake Paul get an entrance? Like a whole Titantron. Like
everything.
I don't. Those things didn't sit well with me. I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting.
All part of being overly booked.
I don't know what I was expecting because I think maybe I just wanted to see Superman punch Spear and then maybe The Rock come out on Titantron and just be like, hey, Roman. Because
see you at WrestleMania.
Because I didn't think this match could be much of anything, and it was a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Man, Logan Paul's good. I think it's time. People gotta put that hate aside, and when something's good, it's good, and he's solid. He's crisp. The buckshot lariat. Oh my God.
We were in the chat, and I said, "Did he just do a buckshot?"
Yeah, I'm just, like,
"Oh my!"
The splashes, he
got
making
Montez
Roman
height.
go viral. Yeah,
he got
making Roman go viral. Like, I'm gonna make you viral, Roman, and he actually did. Like with the phone and everything, kept the phone in hand and everything.
Right.
Like it's just Logan Paul knows who Logan Paul is.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what's special about what he's doing is that it's not like he's not trying to figure out who he is. He already knows who he is, and he's just being that guy and doing it. He's just showing everybody, and he's also wrestling really well while showing everybody. Logan Paul has a seal of approval for me. Like, I like what he's doing.
I know I got some internet hate, from my comments after the match. Paragon, why can't we just be friends? But I digress.
Y'all gonna hammer that out eventually, man.
I need your help, Con. You just be over there all silent and stuff. Don't be saying nothing. I need your help. Like, why don't P like me? Like, you were supposed to vouch for me. I mean, I'm just saying, like, come on. But I ain't got my girl heart reacting his comments and stuff like that.
I know, right? Like, oh, this is not good.
No vitamin P in this house.
There's none of that. No injections of vitamin P. Nobody's doing that around here.
No.
Oh man.
Man, I'm all flustered. I forgot what we were talking about, Con. Like, oh man, it has been a show.
You know how it goes, man. It's been a show. It has been quite the show, man. And I really thought Crown Jewel for what it was. I mean, it was a long show. I think it was starting to push 4 hours, but for it being a Saturday afternoon, and I know it wasn't gloomy everywhere and windy everywhere, but for where I was at, like, I had the time to sit there and watch it, dog. So I just sat there and watched it, and I was like, you know what? As long as it's an easy watch, and I enjoyed it. I thought Crown Jewel was pretty good, and now Next stop is going to be Survivor Series War Games. I'm very excited for that. And we're going to see a progression of that to see starting building some things for that tonight on Monday Night Raw. And
Yeah.
Crown Jewel was fun. I enjoyed it, man. But I also enjoyed this episode. But with that being said, it's time for us to roll on out of here, man. Call this a really great episode, and put this one in the vaults for another edition of In Your House. And before we do that, of course, I gotta throw it over to my man, the marvelous Mr. Bell, so we can let you guys know where he's curating all his chaos and curating all his content at. So go ahead and hit him with them, bro. Go ahead and plug it.
Oh, ringing my bell, ringing my bell, ringing my bell. Where's my bell, by the way? My name is the marvelous Mr. Bell. I call myself the Farnsworth Bentley to the man, the myth, the legend, Hollywood hOWSE's P. Diddy, and I am here curating content for you right here on In Your House, whether it's the Facebook page, whether it's the YouTube page, whether it's something on Twitter. I'm right here for you, household, curating that content with my main man Juice and of course Alicon, and doing that for you. But besides that, you can also find me you can find me on Facebook at Curator Bell across all social platforms. Check me out. You can also check me out on the Kokomo Press, and I have a new weekly show coming out on Kokomo Press called The Weekly Plug. So come check that out. Check out what we're curating over there. Other than that, I love you, household, and yo, thanks, Con.
Hey, no problem, man. Of course, we appreciate everything that you do here In Your House. Go ahead and check him out on Kokomo Press. He's really out there doing great things, man. Keep an eye out on what you're going to be seeing from Mr. Bell. We got some big things in the work starting next year as well. And as we get closer to that time, we'll start to reveal all that stuff more to you guys, the household. And with that being said, I'm going to let you guys know where that's facts. I like that. I like that. I'll let you guys know where you can find me at. And of course, you can find me at The Hollywood House on Instagram and also at Hollywood House on Twitter and on Facebook. Go ahead and check me out. Also, you can follow this great podcast at In Your House. That's across all social media platforms. That's Twitter, that's IG, that's Facebook. And of course, that's HOWSE. And the W stands for work. So let me let you guys know where you guys can listen to this at. You guys can listen to this at Apple Podcast, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Himalaya. Hey, you don't have an Apple device? That's all right. We're on Google Play. Anywhere that you guys are, we can get to you guys. You already know what's going down. Come check out In Your House. You guys are giving you that work. Check out my man on the Kokomo Press. He's also doing that as well. Guys, head on over to www.prowrestlingtees.com/In Your House. Go ahead and get this work so you guys can go ahead and get this shirt. And of course, we're going to tell you this because we got to tell you it all the time. Go ahead and hop on this bandwagon. Get on or get gone. Because the household, we still going mighty strong. You guys have a great day and a great rest of your week.
Love you guys. Paragon, man. Yo, get out of her DMs.
There we go.